So far this year, electric car sales have done incredibly well in Europe, but that may slow down a little. Today, France ended EV subsidies for cars made in China. So all affordable EVs, in other words, pretty much. And Germany cancelled EV subsidies without almost any notice. Germany made a pretty drastic decision. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Here in Australia, some EV incentives have been cancelled. For example, in New South Wales and Victoria, which is a bit unfortunate. However, in Germany, you previously could get nearly 7,000 euros in subsidies off your EV. So that's about 11,000 Australian dollars. That's been cancelled. The German government will now stop offering financial incentives to electric car buyers, while prospective owners over in France will no longer be able to purchase Chinese, South Korean, or US-made electric vehicles at a discounted rate from 2024. So no subsidies now on EVs made in America, Korea, South Korea, or China. Bit of a response to Tesla in a way, of course. The French unions and French automakers believe that they're being unfairly penalized by incentives in America. The truth is, incentives in America do nothing now for Tesla. Almost none of their cars qualify, so it's not really relevant anymore. But anyhow, they're also concerned about the Chinese invasion. France are very concerned about this. They've made this very public on many occasions now. They've spoken about their worries, their fear of their automotive industry being decimated by China. Also very concerned about Tesla. They have made it very clear that they believe all kinds of propaganda has been coming out of France recently. And I spoke about this recently because the union in France, and in fact the automakers union or whatever that, I'm not really sure what the name of it is, I can't remember, but they came out very publicly to try to bash Tesla's manufacturing technique. They say that gigacasting is a terrible idea, and they listed all these different reasons for it. None of them made any sense, to be honest. And of course, we now know that many manufacturers worldwide are actually using gigacasting now, and they think that basically the French union is just trying to protect its own way of doing things. It manufactures cars in the same way it has for many years, and it's trying to kind of keep the status quo. News agency Reuters reports that German electric car subsidies will only apply to vehicles registered before the 24th of December 2023, effectively ending incentives immediately. But Tesla is going to cover them. Tesla's going to cover incentives until the end of the year. So if you do buy a Tesla now, you still get the full incentive of 6,700 euros. So massive discounts right now on Tesla vehicles, because it means that something like, say, a Tesla Model 3 Highland actually only costs around 37,000 euros. A Tesla Model Y only costs around 37,500 euros as well. So very, very good pricing here for Teslas in Germany. Could be a bit of a boost for Tesla's sales there. German publication Handelsblatt reported the subsidy was worth different numbers depending on what the price of the car is. But either way, it's a big blow to the EV industry. After partially funding the purchase of more than 1.2 million EVs and almost 800,000 plug-in hybrids, the German government spent approximately 10 billion euros, so around about 16.25 million Australian dollars, or 11 billion US dollars on the scheme since 2014. So over that about 9-year period. Germany, of course, is getting rid of its subsidies, and France isn't getting rid of them, but it is for many car brands. For example, Tesla vehicles. According to Reuters, only electric vehicles made in Europe will continue to be subsidized in France. This, of course, the intention is to favor French manufacturers like Renault, Citroën, and Peugeot, and to try to, ensure that vehicles coming from Tesla, from China, Tesla Model 3, for example, Great Wall Motors EVs, MG, BYD EVs, and South Korea's Hyundai and Kia, in order to try to prevent them from being sold in France. Now, of course, this is coming at the same time that there is an investigation by the European Union into low prices of Chinese electric cars in Europe. They believe the Chinese government is intentionally subsidizing these companies so they can take over European sales, so they can take over the European car market. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen claims that prices of Chinese EVs are kept artificially low by enormous state subsidies. These new French rules will result in Chinese-built Tesla Model 3s no longer being eligible, which obviously will affect the number of Model 3s that are sold in France. But the Model Y is made in Germany, so that should continue to sell pretty well in France. It's the best-selling EV in France, close to the Dacia Spring, but it's outselling the Dacia Spring this year. So how much are these incentives in France? Well, they're between 3,000 euros and 5,000 euros, depending on your income and the price of the car and other factors. However, that's a significant chunk. That's between nearly 4,000 US dollars to nearly 6,000 US dollars. So this will definitely affect brands that manufacture their EVs in China. And not even in China only, but also Korea, South Korea, and America. Reuters says that around 65% of electric cars currently sold in France will still receive the subsidies under these new conditions. Most of those are vehicles actually built by Stellantis. In Australia, the governments are probably paying close attention and probably thinking they'll cancel their EV subsidies as well pretty soon, I imagine. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.